Okay, so hey everyone, welcome to Day to Dart. I am Iman and I am here with Aman today, and today's session is about understanding app development from ground up. So without jumping into code immediately, we'll first give you a conceptual foundation so that you are able to understand better. Okay, so this session is meant to give you clarity, and by the end of it, you should know what app development is, what path exists, and why Dart and Flutter matter. Let's start simple. First of all, what is app development? App development is a process of creating software that runs on mobile devices, but more importantly, it's about solving real world issues and problems for users who are always on the move. Apps work mainly because they're highly accessible, and they can also use device features like GPS, cameras, and all that uses direct user engagement. An app isn't successful because it has a complex code or anything. It's successful because it fits naturally into someone's daily routine. Now, when people think about getting into app development, they usually feel confused about where to start and all that. So, let's give you a basic roadmap. In app development, there are two routes you can take. Multiple routes, first of all. The first route is the native development route. For iOS, we have Swift and Objective Type C, specifically for Apple devices only. It gives excellent performance and access to the latest API Apple makes, but it's limited to the iOS, and the ecosystem is kind of expensive. Other than that, we have the Android uh, native that uses Kotlin or Java. This gives you access to a massive user base as it has a lot of time, but you also deal with the device fragmentation issues a lot. Let's in native. Wait a second. In native development, it's kind of powerful, but usually it means building two different apps for the two big developer groups like iOS and the Android. Other than that, the second way that we can follow is the cross-platform development. In cross-platform development, the idea is simple. You write your code once, but it runs on multiple platforms. This approach saves time, effort, and makes development very practical. For students and small teams like startups and all that, it's very practical. Other than that, two well-known cross-platform frameworks that we usually use are React Native and Flutter. Flutter is particularly interesting because how it handles performance. Like instead of relying on a bridge, Flutter compiles directly into native machine codes and all that. It uses its own graphic engine, which allows smooth animation and consistent UI across devices. But uh, I'll say the Flutter's uh, most impactful UI feature is the hot reload. Uh, Next, thank you. You can change your code and see the result like instantly without restarting the app or losing its current state. You can instantly see the code result. This dramatically speeds up the development process and the learning process as well. Another core idea in Flutter is its widget system. In Flutter, everything is a widget. The text, the buttons, the layout, the spacing, the entire screen is just a widget. This makes UI development more structured and composable. Now, here's the key point. Flutter is powerful, but Flutter is built in Dart, and that's what the session is about. Why Dart? To truly understand Flutter, you need to understand Dart. Google chose Dart because it's optimized for building user interfaces, and Dart supports ahead of time compilation as well. This helps give fast and predictable performances in production. It also supports it also supports JIT, just-in-time compilation, which enables features like hot reload and all those stuffs in during development. Now, the one of the biggest advantage of using Dart is uh, sounds null safety. This means moment next, right? This means you can have oh, sorry, previous slide only. This means a variable cannot contain null values unless you explicitly allow it. This prevents many common runtime crashes before the app even runs. That is also a purely objective-oriented language. Every like, thank you. Every value in Dart is an object, including numbers, functions, and it allows developers to write structured, reusable code using classes instead of writing separate codes for everything. Other than that, you can wait, wait a second. Thank you. Other than that, you can reuse the behavior using mixins, define contracts between using interfaces, and these are practically implicitly present in every class. And once you understand the object oriented foundation of Dart, Flutter, your learning becomes really easy and more straightforward. You don't face any obstacle anymore. Naman?
Okay, so guys, Aman has briefed you with the introduction. We'll be starting with the hands-on session right now. Before we start the hands-on session, I would like to tell you that VTOP registrations have been opened for DevSOC. It's a 48-hour event. It's a 3 day event. It's an overnight event. OD will be provided for all the 3 days. It's from 8th to 11th. So make sure you register for the event. There's a lot of prize money. There's a lot of fun, and you will enjoy the event very much. So make sure we see you there. And I think that's all. Let's start with the hands-on session. Everyone, please open dartpad.dev, where we'll be teaching you basics of Dart, and then we'll move on with creating an app. Okay, so this is sample Dart. Okay, so just like any other language, Dart has data types such as strings, integers, doubles, boolean. So, and also there are lists just like Python, and then there are if else statements, there are loops, and also in Dart you there are functions like C++, and the definition is like C++, but like the functions are pretty much the same in every language. Then there is classes. As it's an object oriented programming, it's the classes are bound to happen. As the Dart is very safe for deployment, as the null safety Null safety makes sure that no value can be assigned null instead, unless you specifically put null as
Yeah.
the value inside the the variable. Okay, so before we start with the to do app, I'll like to start with some basics. Hopefully, you all have opened Dartpad where you can click on create and then you can click on snippet, and there you will see that there is a function already written for you known as void main. And this is the standard, basically, just like every other language. Without the main function the code cannot run. What this does is this will print hello 10 times, hello 1, hello 2, hello 3, as the value of I increases, just like any other language. Now you guys might be wondering, what is this var? So this var is just like the auto keyword in C++. Basically it takes the data type on its own. So in loop, as the I is required to be integer, the variable will automatically decide that it's an integer. But it is advised not to use it because it puts an extra load on the system. So implicit definitions are always better. Okay, so as I have run this code, you guys can also see by running it for yourselves, it has printed hello 10 times. If I change this value to, let's say, 20, so it will print the hello 20 times, just like that. And you can change, like, you can put your name over here, and that's it. Just like any other language, it will say my name 20 times. Okay, so moving on, let's before we move on, let's do a sample. For example, Fibonacci numbers. So here I have taken the Fibonacci number as 20, so it will go towards 20. Basically it will be printing 20th number, that's 6765. Although we cannot verify this because no one knows what is the 20th number, we can put a smaller, like let's say 5. So if we run the 5, as you can see, the fifth number is always fifth, and if we go to 6, it should be 8. So yeah, so this is a correct, this uses the recursive approach, as you can see. So uh, after that, I think we can move on to Flutter. So everyone, please click on create, and then you can click on Flutter snippet. Hopefully no one has any doubt till now. If you guys have a doubt, you can put it on the chat. I'll check it and I'll answer your doubts on the go. Uh, Okay, so first of all, we have to import. Just like any other languages, we have to import the Flutter framework, which is import package Flutter material.dart. And then there is the main function in which you have to call the run app function. So the run app function defines the app. Basically, if there is no run app function, that the compiler doesn't know that this is an app. Then we define the class myApp, which extends the stateless widget. So stateless widget I'll be talking further, but what this does is it will show you a hello world snippet. Okay, so basically it will show a white screen, which is the scaffold, and on the center of the screen it will show the child text hello world. So I'll run this for you guys. You can run it on your own devices as well. So it should take some time, and after that some time it will show you a hello world, which should be the expected output of this boilerplate code. Yeah, so it shows a white screen in which the center shows the text hello world. I can change it to my name, and as I told you guys, Flutter is hot reloadable. So if I click on reload, I don't need to recreate the app, it will just change on the go. Okay, so I think we are ready to move on to our first sample. So our first sample is about counter app. You guys can also click on your sample and then counter. Before I move forward, I would like to say that even if you guys don't have a laptop right now on you, Dartpad is also available on mobile. It works the same way on mobile as well. So you can go to the mobile and use this the same way. It's not an issue. So I'll run this counter app and I'll explain the code one by line by line. Okay. Okay, so the count tab, what this app does is, you can ignore this for now. This is just boilerplate. It starts from here. So basically, this is our home page, and on the home page, we have defined a state. Okay, and where we have put the counter as 0. When I do +1, the counter updates to 1. Okay, so when I'll hot reload, it should change to 0 as the default value. If I hot reload persists states. So if I hot restart, then it will show 0 again as the default value is 0. So I'll click it as many times as I want, and it will increase the value every time. Okay. So what this does is there's a scaffold. Scaffold means this white background at the back. If there will be no scaffold, then you cannot show anything on the app. Then this is the app bar. The app bar is this right here. So here I have here they have put this text widget. In the text widget they have taken title from here. If you guys want, you can change the title here as well. Like I just remove this and I include my name over here, for example. So if I hot reload, it will show Naman Goyal on the start. Okay, so then there's center. If then there's column. In the column we have selected center as well, and then you can see there's text. You have pushed this button as many times as you want, and then this counter, and this button is the floating action button. If I take this floating action button and I put this again, where sorry, if I remove, if I wrap this floating action button, I just reload it. Okay, yeah. So basically what I was showing you guys is, if I basically, so if I remove this piece of code right here, the button will go away. As you can see, I'm hot reloading, and yeah, see, the button goes away. So the floating action button was the guy that was being shown here. Now I think we'll move into the Sunflower app. The Sunflower app basically showcases the animation capabilities of Flutter. So currently 125 seeds are being shown. As I increase the slider, the seeds will start getting to the center, and as well as we can remove all the seeds. And so you guys must be thinking this is a very huge line of code because it's so complex animation, but it's only 135. So this is the versatility of Flutter. So yeah. So now I'll show you guys. Uh, I'll teach you how to create a to-do app. Everyone, please click on create and then Flutter snippet, and we'll start creating a to-do app together. Any doubts till now, guys? Okay, so I think we can move ahead. Uh, uh, Okay, so I'll start showing how to create a to-do app. First of all, I think we can remove this body center. Okay, So as body expects us to have okay. So first of all, guys, we'll create an app bar. So app will give a background color of let's say, wait, just give me a second. Yeah, okay. So uh, okay, so we'll give a before we do this background color. I would like to, you guys can come over my app over here, and you can define. Um, yeah, okay. Title, and here we'll write to do. Yeah, my bad. Okay, so sorry guys if this is taking time. I don't have any autocomplete right here, so it's taking.
Hey, by to be fair, it's giving a authentic experience. Like ये ऐसे ही होती है कोडिंग टेंशन ना
So just a
so like
second. App bar title bracket is there. App bar bracket is there. Okay, I think there's an extra bracket right here. But okay, so material app is right here. Just a second. Okay, so well, we just encountered our first error. Okay, this is here. This one is right here, and then this is right. This one is right here. We have this one right here. This also we are having. Wait, I'll just use this counter app. Yes. Yeah, nice. Okay, so guys, this is the title bar is already there. Yep, we'll just modify this one and we'll just use to do over here. This is much better. Okay, yeah. So we got everything set up, and now we'll start with the app, actual app. Okay, okay. So okay, so I'll clear up this body right here, and I'll create my new body where I'll define. Before defining a body, guys, we have to define if we have a to do. Just a second. Okay, yeah, guys. Before we do this, you can just um, make this back here. Before this, we'll have to define a class called to do. So we can do that over here. Okay, so I'll define a class to do because we will need to use the class to do, and here we will define a final string. We need an unique identifier for each to do, so we'll define an id, and then we'll define a string called title of the to do. Basically in the title we'll give the what the to do is about. We can also add a description, but we'll do that when we'll expand this app. For now, let's keep it minimal. Okay, so and then we'll add bool boolean, which is done, like if the task is completed or not right now. Okay, now you guys must be seeing like there is a error showing over this is due to because Dart requires you to either define these right there and then, or you guys have to promise that we'll give it basically a future you have to divide. So we'll just say that we'll give it in the future, so this means required this dot id, just like we define just like we define in C++ or Java using this keyword. The same way we are doing here. Basically, we are creating the custom constructor right there. So title is also done, and then the last thing is this is done. So is done is equals to false, because by default the is done should be false. So as you can see, we have not defined any defaults over here because we don't know what the default value will be, and you have to stop this with a semicolon. Okay, so right now we have defined our to do class right here. Now now the next step will be uh, now we'll define a list which we can. Just a second, guys. Okay, so we first of all, as you can see, I will have to show you what is a stateful and a stateless widget. Okay, so my homepage is a stateful widget. Okay, which has this state, which is create state, which is the homepage state. Now this homepage state will extend state. Here, as here we require a counter variable. Here they have defined a counter. So instead of this counter, we need we need a list of to dos, right? So we will define a list over here. So the list will be defined as list of uh, we can define the type of list. So as we can have defined to do, so we can define to do over here. Okay, so after the to do, we can name the list as to dos, and we will keep the list empty right here. So we'll keep the list empty right here. So the initially the list over here will be empty. Okay, so after this, what we'll have to do, we can remove this counter right now because we don't need it anymore. Okay, so now, as guys, we need the UUID. As you can see, we have defined a UUID. So we'll need this UUID package to basically we will have to import the UUID. So we'll add an import statement, but I guess for now we will use the UUID as a string will generate randomly for ourselves. Okay, so what we'll do is uh, just a second, guys. Okay, guys. Now as we have created a to do, we can remove this function right here, void increment counter, as we do not need it. Instead, we'll create a function called void add to do. Okay, so here is an add to do function, and now we'll create a string which is task, and we will put if task dot is not empty, which is this one right here, is not empty. So we can set the state. Okay, so guys, a set state, basically an app works on states. Every time you see any update on the app, it is because we have set a new state. If you guys will not set a new state, then this will not work. Okay, so that is why we are gonna set as the state changes every time you do something. like adding a to do, we'll define what the state changes. So we'll add like to do's. In the list we'll add a new to do known as task. So a to do known as task right here. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so a to do named task has been added, and here of course we need a guys, we'll remove id for now because it will give an error. We'll add it later when required. Yeah, okay, so I think it should work fine now. Just a second. To do is dot add to do task. Guys, we'll remove the required keyword here. And because this is not required anymore, we'll have to remove this bracket from here, and we'll add the bracket over here. Yes, so it will work right now. Yeah, okay, so till now we have added this add to do function because we have to add to do's to the list. Okay, so okay, so okay, so after this adding the to do, I'll now we have to also add replace to do's. Basically we have to remove the to do's as well. So what we'll do is we'll add a void toggle to do's. Basically, if we have done, then we will toggle the to do as done. Okay, so int index. And basically we'll use the indexing of the list to see if we have added, I mean if we have changed the state of the to do. We'll start with here. We'll close these brackets. Okay, we'll add something like to do's dot, oh no, actually index, and then we'll change that it is done. Okay, so we'll define the function as well, but right now we'll I think add that is done is equal to do's. Basically we are toggling. If we have not done, we can toggle it that we have not done it, and if we have done it, then we can toggle then it is done. So we are just changing its state from done to not done, or from not done to done. Hopefully it makes sense to you guys. So I guess, why is there an error? Oh, yes. Okay. So till now we have added a toggle to do function also. Uh, Now, Okay, guys. So now in the body, in the center here, we will remove this column till here. Now we'll add a list view builder. Basically, as the to-dos is a list, we don't need a column, as the list itself is a column. Okay. So here what we'll do is a list view dot builder. Okay. So here we have added a list view builder, and in this builder, just a second, guys. Okay, so in the list view builder, we will add its properties. So the first property of a list view builder is item count. Okay, so as the item count is dynamic, what we'll do is we'll add to-dos dot length in which in there. Okay, so to-dos dot length has been added, and then we'll add an item builder. So an item builder has been added, in which we will add context as well as the index. Okay, so in Flutter, basically a context is all the updates of the changes. Okay. Okay, so okay, so here we will add final to do. Yes, final to do equal to to-dos dot length. Okay, just like a normal language, if you don't want to reuse this to-dos dot length, because we are using it two times here and here, you can put it in a function, basically variable, and then you can reuse that variable as well. It is all up to you. Okay, wait, final to do, my bad, guys. Final to do will be a to do's a list index item. Okay, so to do list index item will be the first to do, and in that to do we'll return a list tile. Okay, guys, list tile is basically all the objects inside a list. Okay, so any object inside a list will be part of the list tile. Okay, so we have leading. Uh, Basically, leading means in a list tile, the starting thing is called leading, and the ending thing will be called as at the basically end. Okay, so okay, so we have added leading over here, and in the leading we'll add a checkbox, which basically the checkbox will say if the task is done or not. Basically, it will indicate if the task has been done or not. So we have added a checkbox. In this checkbox, we'll add a value which will be to do is done. Basically, do you guys remember we created to do is done on we created a to do is done on the start, basically right over here, this. So in starting we did is done as false, but if we click this checkbox, it will change if it is done or not. So basically we need it to change. Okay, so we'll define on changed, in which if it is changed, it will show like toggle to do index comma. Okay, so okay, till width. Wait, guys. A leading checkbox. Yeah. So we have to separate with the comma right over here. I forgot to do that. I think I have done fine till now. You can add commas or not. It's all up to you. Wait here, but it will come as a semicolon. Yes. Okay. So except this, I think everything is done till now perfectly. Okay. So till index we have done. Now we'll add a title to our to do. Okay. So what we'll do is title, and the title will be a text widget. Okay, which will show to do dot task. Guys, you should put it like this. Wait. Okay, so the title will become to do dot task. I mean, okay, so I think we defined the variable name as title. Okay, so in our case, it will be title. Okay, my bad. Okay, so title will be kept right over here. Okay, so after that, we'll add a style which will be text style. Text. Uh, did I do something? Guys, just a second. Okay, yes. Okay, so we'll add a text style. Basically, you can style the text using text style just like C, CSS, or any other front end language. Okay, so after style, you have to add a comma, and that style, in style, you can define basically a decoration. Okay, so a decoration is basically if the to do is done, we'll put a line through it. Okay, so basically it's just to give more depth to the to do. Okay, so if to do is done, so here I am using in iteration, I mean, so if the text decoration dot line. Okay, so this. Okay, sure, text decoration line through is there, we'll add, otherwise it will be nothing. I mean, you can give a default one, but you can just keep it null as well. Like by default, you can keep it null. Okay, so I think our list title is complete. Okay, so for now, okay, so I think here in the floating action button, uh, just a second, guys. Okay, so now we'll move on to the floating action button. For before we, I think, do the floating action button, here we'll add like, um, here we'll add like a show, show, add task, media loop. Okay, And because we have not defined it till now, it will show a red line, but it doesn't matter. We'll define it just a second. And here we'll add other in the tooltip, like add task. A tooltip is basically, guys, when you I think hover over it, it shows the increment right here. But when if we'll do it add task, it will show add task instead. Okay, so constant I could add. This is perfectly fine. We don't need to change anything over here. Okay, so just one function is left. The function is going to be show add type style. Yes. Okay, okay, guys. So here we will define one more function, which will be void show add task dialog. Yeah, okay. So here we'll define final. So guys, when you have to take anything, any text from the user in Flutter, it is called text editing controller. So controllers are basically used to interact with the user. So text editing controller, which is a type of controller. uh, did I misspell it? Yeah. Okay. So basically, text editing controller is equals to text editing controller. Okay. Just like Java, we are defining it. Okay. So we have defined a controller, guys, which is a text editing controller. And now we'll use this controller's value in the show dialog box. Okay. So show dialog. Here we'll add some context. Okay, so context will be, as you have guessed it, context. Okay, so context is context, and here builder should be defined, where the builder will be, of course, context. And in this context, you have to return an alert dialog. Okay, so in this, the basically title will be, okay, so guys, here the title will be the text we are getting from the controller, basically. So const. Okay, title is basically of the what the dialog will show. Okay, so it will be basically add, wait, add task. Okay, guys, so I think yep, that's it. Okay, so title we have defined. Now content. Okay, so content, just a second, guys. I think yeah, okay. So in the content we'll define text field, Okay, so guys, we'll give an input decoration so that it looks good. It's purely cosmetic. If we don't even put the decoration, it doesn't matter, but we'll put it because we'll have to tell the user what it is. So hint text. Yeah. Okay. So guys, we have added the text over here in the decoration. I think the what we say. I mean, formatting is a bit off, but bear with me, guys. Okay. Okay. So yep. Okay. Now, guys, we are experiencing some errors. We'll fix it one by one. First, let's complete the um, first. Let's complete the input decoration. Okay, and then hint text, and then we will have autofocus, which will be true. And text sentences. Text input action will be done, and I mean wait. Just a second, guys. Text. I have misspelled text capitalization. Yeah, text input action will be text input action, which will be done. Okay, so just a second. Yes, done. Okay, so the on submitted. So when we submit, okay, so here we will call the add to do function with the controller dot text, and here we will also trim because we don't want any white spaces. Okay, guys, so here we will trim as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this. And before that, as we want to also basically close the toggle, uh, uh, so what we'll do is navigator dot pop context I think, guys, wait. Oh, yeah, my bad. This will come in the on submitted as well. So, because basically on submitted, we want to close the dialog box. So, so here we will also pop the context. And okay, so now the only thing left is to define the actual buttons, which will be defined as actions. Okay, so as in the actions, we'll define a list where we will have two buttons. One will be the text button, which first text button, which will be child constant, which will be the text cancel on rest, and this should also wait. The cancel button, I think, yeah. So the cancel button should just pop the should basically pop the context. Yes. Okay. So basically the actions button should pop the context. So here we will put like navigator dot pop uh, and inside we'll add context just like we did if we don't do. Yes. Oh, sorry. C guys will be small. Okay. So context. Yes. Just a second. Uh, Guys, I think I inserted it in the content. So it will not come in the content. Action is separate from the content. So we'll just move it from here to, I guess, from, yes. Okay. No, wait. Yeah, I think here comma will come. Yep. Okay. So actions have come till here. Okay. So just a second, guys. Actions text button till this we have done. Okay. So we'll add one new text button over here. Okay. So here we'll add a more text button. I think, guys, we should just copy the previous button. It will be much faster. Okay. So as it will be the same button twice, here the button will be okay, basically confirmation button. Cancel button is done. Okay, so there will be a confirmation button as well. This button will call the add to do function. Okay, so basically same as this, we'll put it over here. Okay, I think this is done, guys. Okay. Okay, I think that's done. Now we have to solve this error, which is length error. Basically, it's saying, wait, let's find where the length is. Just a second, guys. Okay. Okay, so we used length, I think, on the uh, just a second list view here. Yes. So it is showing todos dot length. I think we defined the list name. Just a second, guys. Okay, guys. Just a second. Mm, wait. Okay. Yeah. So I'm back. Okay. So, guys, what we missed is we missed a we missed an empty state. Okay, so basically there won't be the list to do's every time. Okay, it's not possible. It's also in the start our list will always be empty, right? So to counter that we will have to have a thing called to do's dot is empty. Okay, basically we'll check before we add over here if the to do is basically is empty. Okay, so in that case what we'll do is, wait, guys, I just realized center doesn't have list view. Okay, just a second. Okay, so here we'll add a check. To do's is amp. Yeah. Okay, guys, so if the to do's basically is empty, so then here again I'm using the itinerary, I think. Yes, that's what we called it. Hmm, where is, yes. Okay, so if it is empty, then will not show list view builder. Where is the list view builder? I think it's still here. Wait. Yep. Okay, so if the state is empty, will show, instead will show, okay, list view will be shown here. If the child is empty, then we'll show a text in the center saying that the list is empty. Yes. Alright, so here we'll show const center whose child will be the text the list is empty, no pending tasks. You can customize this message according to your need. I have just put a basic message that the list is not even empty. Okay, so I think that's it for. I think I am getting this error still. We'll fix it. No worries. Just a second, guys. Wait, to dos is empty, and inside that we added a center. Wait, guys, I added two centers by mistake. Yes, that was also an issue. Uh, I think we only need one center. Eh, just a second. We do not leave this for now. Yeah, okay. So, okay, so we have done this till now. I think we should get the same. Oh, yep. Okay, guys. The problem was I was hot reloading it. I was not rerunning it. Yes. So our to-do app is complete. Let's try to add a to-do. For example, uh, do the DA, which is the most important task in VIT. So here is do the DA. If I complete, then it will complete. Okay. So guys, with this, we have created our first app. Wait, screen is not shared. Oh, just a second. Uh, wait, wait. When did this happen? Uh, just a second, guys. I'll resolve this issue. Uh, guys, is my screen now visible? I am sorry it went backstage. Guys, can I get a confirmation? Uh, hopefully my screen is visible now. Okay, so yeah, sorry guys, sorry for that. Basically what I did in the meantime, I'll show you. I i added this is empty state basically. Okay, if I remove this, it will show the error again. Basically the list is always not populated. So for that you have to check if it is empty. So see, if this was not there and the error was coming because I was not running it, I was hot reloading it. If you guys run your app, then the error will resolve. Okay, and okay, so basically this is what I did. I added a state that if there are no basically if the list is empty, then we show a message that the list is empty and your task is not pending. So your app should now look like this. I'll share this code on the chat itself. just a second. uh, I'll just a second, we'll share on the chat. You can go to your dartpad and run this code as well. And okay, so I'll show you a demo. So for example, the task is do the DA, and we'll add the task, and the task will get added, and the other task is suppose submit the DA, and this is also okay. So if we click here, it should complete, and if we uncheck, it should not complete. Okay, guys, any doubts you encountered in the demo? And I'm sorry if I was a little rough, but yes, any. Guys, any doubts? Anyone? I guess not. Okay. So guys, I think we have completed the to-do app. Okay. So as you can see here, the to-do app is black. So to do that, you can set the background as black. The theming, I didn't get too much into it because it would have made the complex app a little bit complex. If you guys have any doubt right now, you are free to share. And if you don't have any doubt, so just for the exe session, guys, please scan this QR and give your attendance. And also the registrations for DevSOC is open right now. If you guys wanna um, if you guys wanna basically if you guys loved this session or are willing to have an hackathon where you will get ready for 3 days and you will enjoy, you will remember this and you will connect with people, please make sure you register on VTop. uh, yes, that's it. Okay, so there's a doubt, do I need Android Studio to use Flutter? Okay, so not strictly, basically. So for the basically, just as I show you, this is we can do it on Dartpad as well. But yes, if you want to create apps with multiple screens and multiple pages, yes, you need the Android Studio. But you can use VS Code. Android Studio needs to be installed because it provides the compilation capabilities to VS Code as well. Okay, so if you can install only the software development kit of Android Studio, you don't need Android Studio as the ID. Okay, so why does Flutter use widgets for everything? Okay, so Flutter uses widgets for everything because it makes a widget tree. Okay, so it doesn't make anything complex. If you get a hang of it, it will make everything very easy for you, and it becomes reusable fast as well. And do companies actually use Flutter? Okay, so Google uses Flutter, BMW uses Flutter, Alibaba uses Flutter, eBay, Dream 11, and many other startups are also using Flutter. One very popular app by Google is Google Pay, and Google Pay is also on Flutter. Yes, and Flutter is very cool for beginners as it is as it does not have any prior connections. If you want to learn React Native, you need to know JavaScript and then CSS, HTML, and that and two other languages. And same goes for Kotlin or Swift, as you will need expensive laptops, etc. But for Flutter, you just need to know Dart, and that also, if you know C++ already, Dart is gonna be a breeze for you guys. And okay, and if one guy is asking, okay. So and also Flutter is as Flutter is closed platform, it will help you a lot. You can ship apps pretty fast, and yes, there are jobs in the market for Flutter. Any other questions, guys? Uh, okay, guys, I think that's it. Okay, so enjoy your I hope you enjoyed your session. Please make sure to join other sessions to road to devs, etc. And I'll reshare the QR for those who didn't scan it till now. Make sure the exe session guys scan this QR, as it will be counted towards your hours of completion.